I never believe in going viral for the sake of going viral. It should be tied to your specific expertise, your domain of what you're sharing, what you sell, your business. Any subject matter can go viral. Taxes, real estate, insurance, nutrition, anything can go viral. So that's number one, is making sure that you're going viral for the right reasons. It's correlated to that. Number two, do you have a solid business foundation under it? Because if you don't have the business foundation on how to capitalize off that attention, then it's not going to mean anything. Meaning, do you have the right product? You know, because that's the big thing, is do you have a product that people want, that is it actually a good product? Number two is like, do you know how to funnel that attention? Do you have landing pages? Do you have email sequences set up? Like, do you have all these aspects underneath it to capitalize off of that? Number three, like this is a question I get asked all the time, is what is the ROI of social media? And the reality is it depends. It depends on how big your vision is, how big your business is. Like, I don't know if you know Michelle Phan, but she had millions of subscribers on YouTube. She's a beauty influencer.
OG YouTuber.
I think she was the first female to generate 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Oh.
But there's a ton of other beauty influencers out there. And instead of saying, I'm just going to take brand deals, she created her own company, Ipsy. She grew to $500 million valuation. While there's other people with the same audience that are making like $100,000, $200,000 a year, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But the reality is what is the foundational vision that you have for your business and you have for your brand that can capitalize off the attention once you get it? And that's where it's like kind of took a little bit of a dig to like Kylie Jenner, but like, I mean, they took a reality TV show and turned it into $1 billion enterprise. There's plenty of people that have been on reality TV shows that have not done that. Like, they knew how to take that attention and build massive brands off the back end of it. Same thing with Mr. Beast. He grew so big, he generates so many views that brands can't afford to pay him the value of the number of views that he created. So what does he do? Well, he creates his own brands and turns them into $1 billion enterprises to keep fueling that larger vision that he has.
Yes. My dig was, it's a little easier to be famous when everybody around you is already famous. It's not like she toiled at
this. But fame doesn't equate to dollars.
No, I know.
Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're a billionaire.
I agree. Just makes it a lot easier. It's kind of like starting the game on third base. You want to debate this?
Well, again, I think social media changed the dynamic of everything.
Yeah?
You no longer have to rely on a television show or radio show or anything. You can make yourself famous.
Yes, you can make yourself famous, but when you're already famous, everything becomes a lot easier.
It's still not as easy as you think.
No?
No. Because if it was that easy, then every celebrity would be a billionaire.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, all things being equal, when you're already famous, everything you do is easier. There's no guarantees, but it's just a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's just like if you're rich, things are a little easier. Just like if you are part of the dominant majority, things are a lot easier.
The reason I like to push back on that is I think people use that as an excuse for not taking action. That's why
I'm not for that either, by the way.
Yeah. But that's why I kind of like resisted a little bit. It's not that it's not true. It's just people like to point at that and say, that person's a billionaire because they're famous, or that person's successful because they're famous, or the reason I'm not successful is because I'm not famous, or I'm not in a movie, I'm not in a television show, and things of that nature, when literally these things that we have in our pocket, there's no excuse. With a phone, like, you have no excuse at this point.
I'm with you. And that's kind of a defeatist mentality, a victim mindset, but I also have to say there's reality too.
Yeah, but you were just talking about the victim mindset before of what you hear with people about social media. They come up with all these excuses for why they're not going to do social media.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't, just for clarification.
I hear those things a lot too.
Yeah, I didn't say that's a victim mindset. I'm like, they're doing all the wrong things, therefore that's not going to work out. And they believe they're doing the right thing, or they don't care enough. So I'm like, you just don't want it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And they're not blaming anybody. I'm like, it just doesn't work for me. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. Not the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees there, right? But like, say for example, somebody's watching this, and
well, there's also a victim mindset with like, oh, I'm being shadow banned, or the algorithm's suppressing me on purpose to get me to
that
boost
is
posts.
like reality distortion. Yeah, you're that good that you're being shadow banned.
Yeah.
If you didn't do something to violate the terms of service, you're not shadow banned. I'm just gonna say your content sucks.
Yeah.
I'll just say it's stronger. Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe we ended on a hot, spicy note as a cliffhanger to potentially a new conversation, which is this. Somebody's going to be watching this, and they say this all the time, so I'm just going to give voice to them. Sure, it's easy for you guys to say, you're already successful. You're in Los Angeles. Some of us are in a country where they're dropping bombs on our heads right now. I don't even have internet connection, bro. I don't have water. So we have to acknowledge the fundamentals, which is there's a certain amount of privilege that we have. We have infrastructure, we have capital, we have opportunities, we have resources. It does make it easier. Now you're going to argue, and remember, direct all of your attention and comments to Brendan.
There's different levels to it. If you're saying you don't have an internet connection, well, that's one thing. If you don't have an internet connection, you don't have a way to create content like with a mobile device or things of that nature. Sure, I get that.
Clean water, electricity.
Well, yeah, I mean that's 99.9% of people watching this, and 99.9% of people that don't have success on social media don't fall into that bucket. They fall into the lack of success because they just don't learn the principles or seek the guidance for these aspects that we're talking about.